So what is going on with our buses in Cllr Common and Twyford? Currently have two regular bus services, the 69 and the 61. The 61 is the one that most people will be aware of. That's the service that is ending at the end of this month. This is in August 2025. And the other service, the 69, whilst there may be some improvements with additional services in the evenings and on Sundays, which we welcome, the end of the route is changing. The top of town is no longer easily accessible. And the bus, instead of going via St. Cross towards the top of town, will be going up the motorway, coming off at Junction 10 and coming down through Bar End to access the station at the bottom of town. So we have residents really, really frustrated. So what's going on? Before I give a little bit more information about how I see things, I first want to get on the bus and talk to a number of passengers, especially on the 61, because that's the service that's going to be ending very soon now. And I want to hear their views and how it's going to be impacting their lives. Obviously, we're on the 61 this morning. Are you a regular user of the 61?
I am, yes.
What is the impact going to be of this service stopping?
Being able to get out and about, to go to my hospital appointments in Winchester Hospital, and to get to work in Eastleigh Town Centre.
And how often are you travelling to Eastleigh to get to work?
3 to 4 times during the week.
Oh, my word.
Yes.
So what are you going to do?
As at the moment, as it stands, walk. May have to catch Ubers, which is going to cost more out of my monthly budget.
How are you feeling about this?
Pretty disgusted, really.
And what is the impact going to be of this service no longer continuing?
Less options to be able to get to work on time in the morning.
Understood. And do you use the service the other way at all, going to Eastleigh?
Sometimes, not as often. I do sometimes to meet up with friends and go to the cinema and things. Yeah, it's more, just that lack of choice and, having his own independence being kind of removed.
I use the 61 bus almost every day to try and get to work and to get money for living, basically, and I kind of need it. Otherwise, I can't get to work every day, and then it's going to make me suffer more.
So, what do you think you're gonna have to do when this service stops? You weren't aware this service is stopping in just 10 days, right? So, have you had time to think about what you might?
No, I actually haven't. It's probably going to be the fact that I have to walk from Cllr Common all the way to Eastleigh, and then try to catch the train on time to Chalmers Ford.
Are you a regular user of this service?
Definitely. Yeah.
How often do you use it?
About 3 times a week. Every week.
Where are you going from and to?
From Eastleigh to Winchester Hospital.
Winchester Hospital. So what are you going to do if you can't get this bus?
I'll have to catch the train and then catch another bus from Winchester Station, which is going to cost me around about £16 a day. I'm not very happy at all.
So I connect to Andover with the 61 bus. And as I live in Andover, so that goes to Winchester and then to Andover. I come to Eastleigh to see my daughter 3 times a week. So the train cost compared to the bus cost is going to cost me an extra £60 a week, which is just unaffordable. If you add that up monthly as well, it's just ridiculous.
Hi there, you're a regular user of the 61 bus service?
Yes, definitely.
And
3 times a week sometimes.
What's the impact going to be with the service being cut?
Well, we just can't go anywhere. Not to Eastleigh at all. Our independence have gone. We've got no independence when we want to go out. If we get up in the morning and say we want to go, we can't. There's no bus. If we've got to rely on someone to take us, then we've got to make arrangements.
Hi, sir. Are you a regular 61 bus user?
Yeah, 2 or 3 times a week we use the bus to Eastleigh.
And what's the impact going to be on this service stopping?
We can't go to Eastleigh at all. We won't be able to go to the railway station. We won't be able to get to the Sainsbury's. And we won't get to the watch specialist to mend our watches.
And so what will you do instead? How will you get to Eastleigh?
You can't get to Eastleigh at all. We got neighbours and friends who will take us, but you can't keep on asking them. So we just can't come.
Where are you getting off the bus today?
Winchester Hospital.
Winchester Hospital. So what will the impact be of this bus service no longer running?
It would be great because there's no other means other than train and then walking up from the train station. There's no other means of get to the Winchester Hospital.
Hi there. Are you a regular bus user? Bus 61?
I am a regular bus user and a bus number 2 as well.
Okay. And what's the impact going to be on the 61 bus service being cut?
Devastating, because otherwise you've got to go via Southampton to get to Eastleigh.
Which is crazy.
Crazy.
Obviously we're on the 61. Are you a regular user of this bus service?
Yes, of course. Yeah, because I work in NHS Winchester Hospital, so I most of the time use it in the morning around 6:50, and my night shift as well.
So you just finished a night shift now, yeah?
I just finished my
And where are you heading back to?
back to Eastleigh.
Back to Eastleigh. And so what's the impact going to be of this service being cut?
Actually, there's going to be a huge blow on us because it's going to make us always rely on the train, and sometimes this train to have changes with their timings, which might affect our work schedules.
I live in Golden Common and I spoke to so many older people, and I think it will be the end of their world, because they use this service, special hospital, which is very, very important, and also to Eastleigh. We won't have any bus going to Eastleigh from Golden Common. To be honest, I don't understand decision which has been made by Stagecoach, I do believe, because this bus is always busy. Always from early hours, from 7 in the morning till the end. It's always busy, like you see now.
And you're aware that the 61 bus service will be ending at the end of this month?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Are you...
I use it every day. Get job, cottages.
So that's going from Eastleigh?
From Eastleigh, yeah, to Hopping Cottages, Twyford.
Wow, and that's where you work, is it?
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
I have no idea yet.
We're on the 61. You're aware that it's ending at the end of this month?
Yes, and I'm not happy.
Okay. So what's the impact going to be on not having access to this bus anymore?
Well, it's not fair. I'm a senior citizen, and my bus pass gets me on and off buses, and I don't see the sense in having bus stop and not being able to go to Eastleigh now, unless I go on a train and have to pay. And to me, that's a bit stupid. What's the point of a bus pass if you can't use it?
So you're a regular user of the bus?
Yes, I use this bus all the time. So, yeah, it's going to impact everybody.
You're happy for us to contact you with any sort of campaign to try and reinstate the service?
Yeah, it'll be really good.
Where do you normally go to with the bus? Hospital, yeah?
My dentist. I'm the dentist.
Or the dentist?
Dentist is just down the hill.
So
there.
what's the impact going to be on you not being able to use this bus?
I have to walk somehow from the station.
Is that realistic? Or
Not really, no.
Okay.
Not at my age.
We listened to a number of testimonies there, which showed the real significant impacts the ending of the 61 is going to have on people's lives. Obviously, lots of different people affected in different ways. Those wanting to access the hospital, those wanting to access Eastleigh Town for various reasons. But what we can see from the variety of responses, a lot of people are impacted. So how have we got into this situation? I'm a councillor with Winchester City Council. But a lot of the issues stem from Hampshire County Council, who are responsible for our transport. And I think in my understanding of what's happened, a lot of it stems from this document here, which was published in June 2024. This is the bus service improvement plan that was done by Hampshire County Council. Basically, it showed that the Hampshire County Council were going to focus on two aspects of bus travel. The first one was the high frequency urban routes. As you can see, the urban routes are around the big sort of urban areas within the county: Basingstoke, Andover, Winchester, Southampton. But what really concerns us is the other, which is the main inter-urban bus routes in Hampshire. And if we look at this, you will see that the route between Winchester and Eastleigh, which is the 61, does not exist. It never made it into the plan. Whereas the route between Winchester and Fareham, which is the number 69, it did make it into the plan. Now, this helps to explain a lot. The funding for the 61, it was being subsidised by Hampshire County Council from at least two funding costs. £37,000 of direct subsidies, which are paid for by taxpayers, had to be withdrawn from by Hampshire County Council because they have a massive budget deficit as a result of spiralling adult social care costs. And then in addition to that, because the 61 route between Winchester and Eastleigh did not make it into the Hampshire Bus Service Improvement Plan, they lost another £115,000 that this route previously had was no longer accessible. The funds associated with the Bus Service Improvement Plan, the BSIP, those funds come from national government. And actually, Hampshire get around, I think, £40 million a year to spend on bus services. So what's been happening in the meantime? Obviously, a lot happened before I became a councillor in May. The parish councils led by Cllr Common Parish Council, who have done a fantastic job over the previous months in trying to come up with a solution. They were liaising with Hampshire County Council, and it was decided that the best thing to do to show how important the route was, the 61 service was to do a questionnaire, a bus survey questionnaire, and that was rolled out across Cllr Common and Twyford, and we had, I think, there was probably a record-breaking number of responses. We had over 1,000 people fill in that survey and essentially showed just how important the 61 service was for the community. Unfortunately, based on the outputs of that survey, Hampshire County Council did not change their position. They had no further money or funding to provide us, and so there was no progress there. However, Stagecoach, who are of course the bus operator, they were interested in sustaining the 61 for another year, and they came up with a proposal which was it wasn't a full service like it is now. It probably would have been about 2/3 of the service we have at the moment. There will be no early morning, no late afternoon service, but it was something. It was about 2/3, and I personally felt, whilst it was far from perfect, it was an acceptable compromise. Unfortunately, though, Stagecoach pulled out of this proposal only 2 weeks ago now, and left us with very little time to come up with any other options. I think it's also worth emphasising that although the 61 was receiving subsidies from Hampshire County Council, it was quite a popular service compared to the other services that they were subsidising. The projected number of rides last year was 75,000, which meant that the subsidy for Hampshire County Council was only about 50p per ride, which is actually a very small amount compared to many of the other services they have been subsidising. So we had quite good numbers in that respect. And that's probably part of the reason that Stagecoach was seriously entertaining keeping the service running, even if the subsidy no longer was provided by Hampshire County Council. Anyway, as I said, unfortunately, that offer from Stagecoach was taken off the table, and now we're left with very little time to react. Cllr Common Parish Council, again, doing a really good job of following up on this. They are trying to liaising with Hampshire County Council to try and sort out some sort of community bus service. While those conversations are ongoing between Cllr Common Parish Council and Hampshire County Council about a community bus service, it's important that we don't lose sight of the fact that we want the 61 service reinstated as soon as possible. Now, we must continue to push in the short to medium term via various means, protests, newspaper articles, keep raising the subject as much as we can, and we obviously must keep the pressure on Hampshire County Council to change their mind and essentially get the 61 service back into the Hampshire Bus Service Improvement Plan. In the meantime, what we're looking to do is get hold of 61 bus users' contact details. But Councillor Cook, my fellow Winchester City Councillor for Cllr Common and Twyford, and myself have both spent a lot of time on buses over the last few weeks, trying to get as many contact details for regular 61 bus users as possible, so we can keep them up to date with what's happening, but also with the hope that they may form some form of campaign group themselves to keep the pressure on. In the longer term, the best chance we may have of getting this service reinstated is through the mayoral elections next year. We will be having a new mayor starting next May. It's really, really important, I think, that those mayoral candidates take on the campaigns for bus services to be reinstated, especially really, really important ones like this that run between urban centres, between Winchester and Eastleigh. So I think that's in the long term as well. We have to focus our efforts. For any 61 bus users out there who are watching this video, please do sign up. I put the link in the social media chat, where you can see this video. Thank you.